So have you seen these Pixie tweets?
Yeah, so I watched your stream, and then Tom went over the Destiny Manifesto. But before he did, he was on Twitter, and Pixie had said something about like Destiny's lying about, well, I didn't get consent, and she posted like three screenshots, and nowhere in those screenshots was there any explicit like
Mm,
consent.
mm,
So that from that point, people were like, "Tom, you're sweeping. Tom, you're trying to like slander Pixie," and it's like, no, like she made an original claim that she never sent any videos to Destiny.
yeah,
And then it turns out you did send, and
yeah.
now she's saying, "Well, I got permission," and the tweet that she's using or the screenshot, it's like it clearly says like, hey, I can get a video of me giving a video or a photo of me giving this guy like a blowjob or something. And Destiny's like, okay, great. But like nowhere in that tweet or that screenshot does it like say, let me ask him if I can share this photo or video. So like what she's trying to do is like I had implied consent, but then that
Mm.
works against her because then Destiny can be like, well, I had implied consent also to share this with Rose, and then the hacker did whatever he did. So it's kind of like you kind of fucked yourself in this instance. So
Mm.
I'm kind of like, this is looking a lot different than it was originally presented.
So I think when she said that she had, are you talking about the message on January 3rd where I have never ever sent videos of other people to Steven ever?
Yeah.
I don't know if Tom was correct in that assessment, but he was like, he said, excuse me, he said that this was when she was still trying to keep up with hiding her identity from the videos, which is okay for her to lie about. But at the same time, this would be uh her lying about herself versus lying about, no, yeah, because she can't act like she had a sexual relationship. So yes. So if she was still trying to keep it a secret that she had relations with Destiny, then this lie makes sense. You get what I'm saying?
I disagree.
Really? But
Because at that point,
if she was
at
still trying to not
because
get
she
her
doesn't have to
identity
say
out
that.
there.
Because she doesn't have to say that. If she's already denying that it was her, she just can say that's not me.
No, 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 no.
That's
Not
it.
not that it wasn't her. She said she never sent videos of other people to Steven ever. And I think that would be to further corroborate her denying ever being in a sexual relationship with him in the first place.
Yeah, but, I mean that's fine, but you lied. Even if it was to like to to continue the storyline of like I've never did that. You lied. So
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
like
but
at
but
that point,
wouldn't you expect her to lie if the goal was to minimize damage and to not let people know that she was involved with Destiny or in the tapes? Right? So if she's getting personally asked like, "Is this you, Pixie?" She has to lie because nobody's supposed to know about this, right?
yeah, but then you fucked yourself because you did do it. And if you were going to go the court route, which she is, this is all evidence to the contrary.
No, I agree.
so,
No, no,
so
no.
you're
I
you're
get it.
damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in that
But okay,
scenario.
but like okay, so if behind the scenes they're trying to do damage control, right? She like the tapes is out. They're trying to minimize damage. You Destiny, she said, "Don't tell nobody it's me." He's like, "Okay." She's like, "I won't say anything." He's like, "Okay." The agreement is since I'm not easily identifiable, we can't just lend credence to anybody accusing me, and since they can't obviously say it's me, we're going to deny it. I don't think
then you
that's
just deny it.
bad.
Then you just deny it, but you don't add more to it because now you open yourself up to this litigation of did you lie?
Well, I think
Because
the
now
date
because she
matters.
yeah, I mean the tape matters, but if you're just
No, the
gonna
date.
deny that 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 it wasn't you, then don't add anything to it. Because now you're giving a a affirmative denial that you've never done something else,
I
but
get what you're
you're
saying.
also saying I wasn't,
I get what you're
I never had
saying.
sex with him or did any videos with him. Like,
You're saying you added a lie that wasn't necessary to facilitate the lie that was necessary.
yeah, exactly.
Cause she
Like
okay, so
you
you wouldn't
didn't
have
have to do that.
this wouldn't be your argument. You wouldn't say this if she was like, I didn't have sex with Destiny. Like if that was the lie she was saying, would you be like, why did you lie? Or you would
No,
you or is that
because
lie
because
understandable?
because that lie is understandable because you're
Okay.
denying the sex state.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I can understand you wanting to be like, this wasn't me, so therefore you have to say I've never had sex with Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually no, you don't actually have to say that. But it helps the lie out more by denying
Yeah.
a a relationship period so that it seems like you guys' relationship was purely platonic.
Okay.
So
I get what you're saying.
I can understand that lie, but to say like I never sent any videos to Destiny, it's like you don't have to say that.
Mm.
That you can completely just leave alone, leave that there because now you got caught in another lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now you're like you're making yourself not a
Yeah, you
reliable
know what?
source
You're right.
of
You're
truth.
right. Now that I think about it, because like you said, all you did was fuck yourself. Because this lie, even if you got consent, it's like, why did you say that? Even if you sent the videos with consent, why did you say you've never sent videos of other people if you did, even if even if you had consent?
Exactly. Like at that point, because if this got found out later on, she can always be like, "Well, yeah, I did, but I had consent,"
Yeah.
and then no one can say anything because she never did the first lie.
Right.
So now it's a nothing burger. Like, okay, like you're not on the same level as Destiny on this,
Mm-hmm.
but because you lied about it, you haven't shown any proof of the consent was given. Now it throws everything else into doubt because now we can just pick apart about this that you also continually lied in this endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make her look like a more credible victim, even though technically everybody's a victim in
Yeah,
this, even
everybody's a
Destiny.
victim.
As much as people want to be like Destiny's a piece of shit or whatever, he was the first victim of this,
And the
and
target.
no one gave a shit. Yeah, no one gave a shit that he was being blackmailed with this shit.
And that is
And
quite strange. And that's how you that's what, like, from the jump, me and you both said, I'm like, this seems like a bunch of virtue signaling, pitchfork carrying shit. Because nobody, when it was just about Destiny and Lauren Southern and the dick sucking and shit, it was all jokes and memes. Like, nobody gave a fuck that because he still wasn't talking about it because there was a lot of sensitive stuff within the material. So he couldn't talk about it even when he got leaked and it wasn't even any conversation about Pixie. And it's like, it was all jokes. Everybody was joking because nobody gave a fuck. And now all of a sudden, Pixie is like, this happened to me. It's like, oh, how dare Destiny? It's like, bro, Destiny didn't
yeah,
leak the shit. Like, y'all don't give a fuck about the person that did it.
no, nobody cared. The amount of look at this cuck gay dick sucker. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, like you realize like his privacy was violated by this, and you guys are just saying he's a dick sucker. It's like, and fuck, I sad to say, like if this was reversed, no one would. No, if this was a woman, this was originally Pixie in this position, people would be losing their shit, and wanting to
You mean like
go after
If
his
Destiny
silo
was
or
a woman?
whatever.
You saying like if Destiny was a woman?
Yeah, if Destiny was the woman in this situation, and he had his video of him sucking dick or her sucking dick or whatever,
Oh.
like people wouldn't have this reaction. A lot of people wouldn't have this
I
reaction.
agree. I don't think anybody would be rallying behind Destiny to the. And I'm not saying Pixies shouldn't be rallied around, but if it was Destiny, it wouldn't be this kind of support. They'll just still. It'll probably still laugh at him. If he trusted his news with somebody and it got leaked, they would just laugh at him sucking dick. Like I really do
Yeah,
think you're right. That's something I never even thought about. I hope Tom streams or something. I'm gonna ask him that. That's a very good assessment because if he got leaked for sending something to somebody he trusted and somebody else leaked it, I don't see a world where people are defending Destiny to the ends, besides his friends, of course. But like all these people that hate him, like they wouldn't care. They would laugh at him.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they did. Look at like Nick Diorio and Jay Stalk. Their thing was like, oh well, it's bad, but I mean, who cares? It
Oh,
is
like
what
if
it is.
yeah, like Ryan, like they
Like
said, like if Pixie did send the stuff unconsensually, you if you're really on this moral high ground, you have to not care anymore if Pixie sent it without asking. She says she did though. I don't know how she could prove it. Maybe she has to get the ex to agree that she did it. Maybe, um, but that's
um,
unless it's in writing or he said it. That's the only way
yeah,
we'll know. She said he
that's
did though.
yeah, but that's the issue. Like I honestly don't personally I don't think she did get consent from him
Mm-hmm.
because that would have been the easiest thing to just dump out there right away and be like, Destiny's lying. I got consent. This is the guy. This is our messages. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And not sharing the messages between her and Destiny because that doesn't prove anything. And a lot of people are like, well, it's inferred. It's like, well, no. If you're talking about like explicit versus implicit, you need explicit consent in this matter to
Yeah.
actually confirm it. So
And it does I think if we're being fair, if Destiny feels like she sent me pictures of her with somebody, I could send pictures of us with somebody. That doesn't mean it's okay, but I get the mind state. You know what I'm saying? If we're like sending
yeah,
pictures of sexual activities with us, like I don't think this is a big deal. I get the mindset, even though it's still not excusable. It's not like, oh fuck it, it's okay. But these people that are having this moral stance about sending stuff without consent, I mean, Pixie is just as culpable as Destiny, but her shit ain't get leaked. But that doesn't change the fact that it shouldn't. If that's your stance, you can't care about Pixie's claims. You can't, whether it got leaked or not. You cannot be like, oh no, Pixie's still a victim. Yes, but you no longer should have a stance on the position. She can still be a victim, but you don't have any opinion on this anymore. If your issue is sending uh content without permission because she did it. I don't give a
yeah,
fuck
that's
about somebody complaining about getting stolen from while they steal from people. I don't care no more.
exactly. Like I like, and then there's the so going off of Tom's thing again. Him and I were discussing me in the chat, him on stream that um, I guess Aaron Straderade had told President Sunday that Pixie lied about the suicide ideation plan, which then knowing that information now gives me a little bit more deference towards Sunday, even though he's still a bitch. Um,
Really? Oh,
yeah,
I get why you say that. I get why.
because his whole thing was like she's trying to extort him.
Mm.
If he was told that before he made his video and then made his video and then with that claim, that's a lot more plausible now
Mm.
because using that you're suicidal, it's a weapon to it's a weapon like
Because
because
Destiny, go ahead.
like most people, most sane, rational people, if you hear someone suicidal, you're not going to try to push buttons. You're
Right.
going to try to be more
Oh, I got you, Mantis.
amenable, try to help them along, get them care, which it seems like Destiny was trying to do.
Oh shit. Mantis just dropped something from DGG today. The latest from DGG. Okay. All right. Let me see.
Or Discord.
Yeah, she just dropped it in Discord. I'm finna see what it
Tell
say.
her to fucking come in here.
You said what?
Tell her to come in
Tell her to
here.
come here. Yeah, Mantis, if you able, we in the chat. We in the general chat if you wanted to come up. Uh,
Because I guess she got bombed on by Kelly Jean.
she talked to her?
No, I guess Kelly Jean went on Queeman's stream, was talking shit while Tom was streaming. I haven't watched it yet, but I mean Kelly Jean, the whole Kelly Jean laugh thing is another thing where I'm like, you dirty motherfuckers, you guys were propagating fucking Destiny's fucking dick picture and shit, but
Yeah,
now
no,
you guys want to act high
that
and
was
mighty about that.
that was crazy when I
Fucking
saw that.
wild.
That was
That
crazy.
is fucking crazy.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this was today. Destiny. The homophobia is a little funny, I guess, but at some point, holy fuck. Izul, I don't know. Oh, I guess that's the person. Izul, people are literally using LSF and YouTubers now to spread revenge porn of me. It's actually fucking insane. If I ever see Queeman or whoever else in real life, I guess he's really upset with Queeman. The amount of virtue signaling over this shit is actually insane. That's really what my biggest contention has been with these people. It's like this virtue signal shit is just fucking weird. She says she gonna jump on in a second.
Okay.
Uh, that's what's so strange. Like it's just for everybody to pretend to have real friends and like not be like these in online people. They don't act like it. Okay, so how the fuck am I supposed to ever prove any kind of recording arrangement from people on Grindr who aren't even making accusations against me? Low. Oh, what does that mean? He's saying how?
Well, because there's the claim that he was recording he's recording audio from like a grinder hookup.
Okay, and what I guess he don't want
So
to put. Well, you could block off names and shit, right, to not expose those people, right?
I guess, but I mean unless the person from Grinder who he was doing whatever with comes forward, it's a non-factor to me because it's just a claim. Unless
Oh
someone
shit.
from that person comes up and says, yes, Destiny did XYZ, then it's just, okay, you're just adding another quote unquote victim that hasn't come forward or said anything. So I don't know how true it is.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Destiny said it,
Right.
but then at that point it's still like if the person was okay with it, then I don't give a fuck.
True. Okay, so
Okay.
she said read from bottom to top. So this was the wrong order. I read it. Let me make sure. Okay. So really the start of this was Pixie got a group of people together to send every single thing I've basically ever sent to any one of them to each other, and now they are selectively leaking them to the people. Nice. How the fuck am I supposed to ever prove any kind of recording arrangement for people on Grindr who aren't even making accusations against me? Lol. The amount of virtue signaling over this shit is actually fucking insane. If I ever see Queeman or whoever else in real life, people are literally using LSF and YouTubers to spread revenge porn of me to like it's actually fucking insane. The homophobia is a little funny, I guess, but at some point, holy fuck. Then But most streamers are just fucking horrible people. I wish I wouldn't have helped any of them now. Should have just perma focused on my own shit. Hassan and Vash are 1000% correct in that it's better to focus on Clout Network. Oh God. Than to help any blood sucking, disgusting leech fucks. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the people that Destiny, I don't know what he's done behind the scenes, but the people that Destiny's helped kind of just did tacit like rejections, like Pisco and them. They kind of like, I'm just gonna back off for now. But the people that never like Destiny is the ones that's going hard, right? I think I think
Yeah,
I think Turkey Tom did a little bit too much for them to be friends. I think Turkey Tom really went left with his take and like tried to condemn Kyla, and I think he kind of went far to be his actual friend. But like Josiah, I don't even know if Josiah said anything publicly, but like Pisco, Hutch, they didn't do too much. They was just like, I'm gonna just chill.
they basically said what Destiny did was wrong, so therefore I'm no longer be associated with them.
Right.
And then that was it.
Yeah, and
They
Abba
don't
too.
they don't
And to be fair,
yeah.
I think Abba seemed like he just didn't want a public relationship with him. Abba said I don't want to be around that, but Abba never made it clear that he doesn't want to associate with Destiny by any means. It seemed like it's all public, unless I read that wrong.
Uh, I I I kind of figured Abba was gonna burn the bridge, but personally, I didn't really like how he did it. Um, I think I, my problem is with people who recognize a bad behavior within someone, and then when something bad happens, now they become the well, this is bad. I don't want to associate with you now, blah blah blah. But you were okay before the bad thing happened. But you knew this person had this bad behavior.
I get
So
that, but to be
who
fair, he probably didn't
who
know about this exactly. He just knew Destiny was hedonistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you don't know the details, that's a little different, right?
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'll concede that. I get that. But to me it to me it seems like a lot of people have known about Destiny's behavior and they weren't okay with it, but they were okay with still being around him.
Mm-hmm.
Not I don't want to say leeching, but they were in his orbit and it benefited them. And then when this shit came down, they just they left, which is understandable. And I like how Pisco, Hutch, Josiah, how they did it. Because they were just like flat out like, I can't be around this for my brand, basically.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. And they
Right.
didn't turn around and then do 12 hours of streams about how Destiny. I can respect that. It's the people like the Nick Diorios, the Jay Song, like
And that's the
these
thing,
type
because
of people
if Destiny bounced, maybe
who
go ahead.
or like these people who were around him, fuck with them, went on streams, and then turned around and just were like I understand J Stop because he basically was a Destiny Orbiter leech. That's what his most of his content was.
Yeah.
So, but like the way he's going about it is like psychotic. It's fucking retardedly psychotic. Like,
Because he's a virtue signaling demon. Like anytime he gets a chance to white knight or virtue signal, he's all in. And so throw caution to the wind. It doesn't matter, because the thing is, when Destiny it bounces back, these people are gonna want to be around him again. J Stalk is gonna want to be around him. Turkey Tom is gonna want to be around him. I don't know what Willie Mack is gonna end up doing. Willie Mack criticized him, but I don't know. I don't even think he doesn't need Destiny though, to be fair. He doesn't. But people like J
no.
Stalk, he needs Destiny's orbiters. He needs and he might be SOL once if Destiny bounce back from all this. So
Oh, he is he's gonna be stuck with Cherry and Kelly Jean
and laugh.
and laugh. That's gonna be his go to route now on, and like two out of two out of three of them are just pieces of shit. So I don't get how you can virtue signal like especially with Kelly Jean being as fucking unhinged, crazy, and just all around just a bad person
Yeah.
for what I've seen of her. Like, I don't know her personal life. She can be completely nice, but like her online presence, she's a piece of shit.
No, yeah, she
And
she
so
really is.
I
She's
I don't get why, like, after you already burnt the bridge, she tried to blackmail you. Destiny actually came to your defense in that scenario, and then you bring her back once Destiny and you fucking fall out and shit. Like, it's fucking
yeah,
retarded.
and she's just fully unaware of her behavior. It's fucking crazy. So
Yeah,
after he said Hassan and Vash are correct, um the responding to some people, and then he said, oh, okay, I don't know what. I guess he's responding to other people's messages, but it's no context. No, now it's just going to be leaking basically every gay thing I've ever recorded for the next 6 months to reputation attack me, and then asking me to prove consent from grinder hookups who aren't even making accusations against me. I get it. So people want him to prove that he consented to whatever he has recorded on grinder, but but the people that it would involve haven't accused him of anything. So it's like, who is he proving this to? Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that I understand that. Like, if they came out and they were like, "We're going to join this lawsuit," or publicly say
Yeah,
something,
that doesn't make sense for
I
him to,
under,
yeah.
yeah, you're just opening yourself up to more litigation. So it's easier just to be like, "You guys shut the fuck up." Unless someone or something comes out, then yeah,
All right.
we'll go from there.
5 minutes. Okay. Loner Box posted a video 4 hours ago responding to Destiny.
Oh god.
I'm curious because he addressed the Loner Box in his manifesto kind of
Yeah,
shortly. Was
but
that yesterday? Wait, was that
yeah,
yesterday or was it the day before part? I think he addressed Loner Box 2 days ago.
I think it was a couple of days ago, but
Yeah.
he didn't like take a dig at him. He
Yeah, he
just
didn't.
was
He didn't.
mentioned in
Well,
it.
no, he
It was
kind of
just
did
like,
when he was like, well, that's what they tell people that they're not dating anymore about him and Pixie.
oh yeah,
So I didn't know
I
what that
forgot about
meant.
that.
I didn't know what that meant.
Well, supposedly Loaderbox and Pixie were dating, are dating, or some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of why Loaderbox was just kind of like, yeah, I'm done with Destiny. Like, but if I remember correctly, in his response, he didn't really give like a affirmative like I'll never work with Destiny again. It was kind of like at this moment right now, I can no longer be associated with Destiny,
Yeah.
and
And it makes
that's
all
it.
of the sense. And I think even the thing is, Destiny understands it. Even people was trying to twist what he said about like people saying crazy stuff. They tried to make it seem like every single person around should have spoke to him first. All he said was people that have jumped out the window and said crazy shit didn't talk to me.
Yeah,
Those were the people he was talking about. People like Diorio, Ryan Beard, uh, probably Queeman. I haven't watched a second of Queeman. I just know his name. It probably him. I just know he's one of those. He's like a J Stalk. So
you
those were
know
the
who
people he
Chud
was talking about.
Logic is,
Yeah, I know who
right?
Chud Logic is. I didn't see I don't
He
watch
he
him though.
he's basically Chud Logic's autistic son.
Understudy.
Yeah, he's his little apprentice.
Ain't he from the
So
UK
like,
too? Queeman?
yeah, yep,
I thought so. Yeah, I've probably seen like a segment of him in something, but I never went to. I like him and Chud Logic and stuff. Like I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't like people with accents, but like I don't know if I can sit and watch them for any extended period of time. I just can't. I don't want to make
I
it.
I can't. I honestly I don't like too many of like the commentary community. Like, if
All of
it's a
them, nothing.
short video, I can watch
Yeah,
it, but like
yeah.
a stream of them just reacting to some shit and just yelling and giving bad takes about shit is just like, no, no. I
Yeah.
I got better shit to do in my life.
Yeah, especially when you just, and it's like, it's fine when you don't like somebody. Like when Destiny watches Hassan and doesn't like him, he's still honest when he should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like when we know he can't stand Hassan, but when he's honest, he should be. He's like, well, yeah, I know Hassan understands this, so you better be right on this or whatever. Like I know you're gonna come out on top of this part of the conversation. But like that, like when I was watching Diorio, I was just like, bro, you're like you have the worst interpretation of every single thing. Even when he tweets, like when people be trying to correct him on something he'll say about Destiny, it's just like, no, Destiny's wrong all the time, no matter what. It's like, bro, that shit is lame. And then like people keep trying to like fucking Philly crying about Tom. Tom is just like one of the most objective commentary people I've seen, and that's why we like him. And it's just like, why are you crying about him not like giving the pitchforks to Destiny? That's not even the type of
the
content creator he is.
the So I didn't finish the Philly conversation. I just couldn't. I got about 50 minutes into it, and then I realized this is typical Philly action. He so Philly for years has done this thing where he acts like he doesn't know something, and then throughout the conversation, you'll realize he knows everything as much as the person he's talking to. And then when he gets called out on it, he's like, what does that matter for the conversation? Or he'll be like, well, yeah, I know some stuff. And it's like, no, you know all of it. And
Uh-huh.
then he does this thing where he will make a claim, and then he will backtrack on the claim, and then he will then go and say like, oh well, what does that matter? And then it's just rinse, repeat over and over. And that's what he did with Tom. And Tom was trying to explain to him like Philly had this dumbass analogy about rape, about if if I get raped by you and then I rape you, is that now good? And Tom's like, no, it's still bad. Like rape is still bad.
Mhm.
And Philly's like, well, then it's the same thing. And Tom's like, no, what's going on right now is that that Destiny, that it's implied, the implied consent works both ways, but you can't consent to fucking rape.
Mhm.
Like, and Philly just couldn't understand that. It was fucking mind blowing as I'm listening
Hey,
to it.
You are. She laughing because she know what you talking about.
Yeah, like Philly's
yeah,
fucking retarded.
that was a funny conversation, dude. I don't know why he couldn't understand the point of it, but I don't know. It is a tough one because most people in this situation think that unless you got explicit consent, like this is a shitty thing to do. And they're right. Like you should ask. Obviously, you should just get explicit consent. But it's not like implicit consent doesn't exist. It's not
Yeah.
like you could think, oh well, she sent me videos. I've sent her videos. Like we were all sending videos. So like I thought it would be cool if I sent like she thought it was cool that I sent a video to Melina, so she knows it's gonna get out there, right? Like, I don't know. I can understand that, but it's not like Tom was saying, therefore it's okay what happened. Like, no, fucking hell, dude. He's
That-
saying it's all shit. Like it's all bad. It's just some's less bad than others.
and that's what'd be weird
Yeah,
to me. It seems like Tom is very clear about what his stance is and what he's getting at. And then he still gets these people in chat like, yeah, you're just sweeping for
So
Destiny. You
you're
don't want to
saying
call him
rape
out.
is good.
You said
Yeah.
what?
They say like, "Oh, so you're saying rape is good?" Like,
Yeah, like that type
bro.
of. I'm like, at what point did these words ever come? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Mantis. I'd be like, does Tom like recruit people to troll him in his chat? Because it just seems like he's obvious about what the fuck he's saying, and yet people still come saying shit that was never said or implied in any sense of the word.
I think with Tom, it is like a he's not because he's so tries to be so fair and logically consistent with everything, and people are like emotional. Essentially, I think it is just that people are emotional. Like, I've done it to Tom. He pisses me off too. He says things and I'm like, what the fuck? What do
Mhm.
you say? Like, and it's just because I'm emotional or they're emotional and they genuinely hate what's happened and they've picked a side. So unless he kind of says the thing that they want him to say, like yesterday, he's getting right now. I got in DGG, Destiny linked a fucking screenshot of Kiwi Farms, and they're threatening to dox Tom now because
What?
of the stuff he's been. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh my fucking
Didn't
God.
Tom already get doxxed?
I
thought he
don't know,
did get
dude.
doxxed already.
I don't know.
Shitting
Where
me,
do I put
bro.
it? Should I?
If you want to just send it to me, you can. Or if you put it.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't
I mean,
have the doxing, of course. They're just threatening him, right?
it doesn't have the docs in it,
Right.
but they're threatening it. They're like, this guy, rah rah rah. Yeah.
You know what's so interesting? Like when you mentioned like this Kiwi Farm stuff, I don't want, again, I know this is probably one of those things that like Tom deals with, and I want to say it sounds bad, but I'm not trying to be I don't want to sound like I'm not empathetic. But when Pixie thinks that this situation is so terrible, which it is, I don't know how many people don't understand how small the demographic is of people that are on shit like Kiwi Farms. Like I think I'm more invested in this like YouTube content shit than like 80% of the people that watch like Destiny or Tom. I'm probably more invested than, I'm probably at the top 10% of people that's invested. And
yeah,
I don't go on Kiwi Farms at all. Like that's not a thing that interests me. I don't even use Reddit. I don't even go to Reddit for shit.
neither.
So it's like,
I only go to Reddit to like for like pretty much only Destiny's Reddit because there's just good. They link funny things sometimes, but
okay.
I don't know how to use Reddit. I don't
Yep.
use it. I don't comment. I don't
Yep.
I don't do anything with it. And Kiwi Farms is banned in New Zealand. We cannot access it here.
Even worse. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, it's a site that you can't access in some countries. It seems like a very niche website. And like you said on Reddit, even you who's invested just reads. I when I do use Reddit, I just read. I'll never probably post anything on Reddit in my life. I don't even understand the platform of Kiwi Farms to any extent. And when people, and when it's like, yes, it's quote unquote public, it's like, to who? You know, like, I don't know. This demographic on Kiwi Farms is so small. And like, I think that all of Pixie's behavior is understandable, but it's not rational. Like I fully get every move she's made as far as being like traumatized by this situation, because it's very unsettling. I can imagine, especially at her age. It's a lot.
There's a problem with that because I understand what you're saying, but then she should also be going after Silo and Kiwi Farm.
That too. I don't know if she has any concern about the guy that leaked it.
From what I've gathered in the beginning, Destiny was going after Kiwi Farm and Silo.
Yeah.
And he was trying to help get all that what's propagated off the internet or whatnot. And then she's civil suing him, but not Kiwi Farm or anyone else. Yeah.
I think
what Destiny did was
Destiny
fucked up.
will.
What was that?
I think Destiny will still, or at least that was that he said the other day that that's what he's been doing for the last 3 or 4 months, is trying to figure out like working with people to like sue Kiwi Farms or go after Kiwi Farms. The solo guy obviously did revenge porn, but it's just he's probably not got any money or anything. I don't know how you would even punish the guy if he's broke or whatever. But Kiwi Farms, this is such a good opportunity to go after Kiwi Farms, and he said that it's been damaged now because of this. Like
Kiwi Farms been damaged?
No, like his case against them has been damaged.
Shit.
Because they're putting all the blame on Destiny. So therefore,
Kiwi Farm
doesn't hold any responsibility, which is absolutely nuts to me. That if you're gonna sue Destiny, let's sue everybody.
And you know what though? I think
the Silo guy doesn't have money.
I think
you'll still have to pay it some way somehow.
That sheds light as to what people's real motivations are, because like he said, they're still hosting the content. They will continue to host it. apparently Kiwi Farms is big for doxing and shit like that. So if it's like all this rage for content being distributed publicly, yet no smoke for Kiwi Farms, the people that are relishing in Destiny's demise don't give a fuck about content being publicly shared that's not supposed to. They don't care.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the problem is people think that if they talk about Kiwi Farms and how they've done something fucked up as well, then then like the heat comes off Destiny and he won't be, they think it takes away from like persecuting Destiny. And it's like, I don't understand. You can do all of the above. Like
Yeah.
you can do all of the above. It doesn't do that. Like right now, all of this like attack that they've got going on, they're acting like if we don't do this, Destiny's gonna win the narrative. Like he's lost.
He's
He's
not.
already lost.
Destiny's fucked.
He's got no one. He
He's
ain't
fucked.
got anybody. Like what?
And the thing is,
So-
all of what's happened was still is understandable for what happened to him. And Pixie does deserve some level of restitution. But that man has
Yeah.
suffered. Like he's gone through a lot. He's lost a lot.
She don't deserve.
Yeah, he's lost
50
it all,
million.
really.
That
He
15
can
million
get the
shit,
fuck
I
outta
don't
here.
even
He can
understand
get
how
the fuck
that
outta here
that
with
was a
that
thing. That was insane to me. I couldn't believe that.
Like
A
I
part
can
of me thinks it's
understand if
just where you start negotiations. Like put out a huge number because you know that they're not obviously going to get anywhere close to that. But like if you start at 15 mil and negotiate down, but it's still like a wild, that's a wild number, dude.
15
how
is-
far down do you go from 15 million though? 8 million?
Down to
6
150K
million?
apparently.
I feel like
Like,
starting it.
that's
I feel like you could have
fucking
if that's the strategy. Starting at like 10 is even 10 is egregious to me. But start there. Like, god damn. I don't even know
Yeah.
has Destiny ever made $15 million in like 5 years. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know. I think he is really wealthy. I wouldn't be
I'm
surprised
sure the
if he
man
went-
has money, but
lot.
it's like, come on, bro. 15.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it's tough. At the end of it all, like he's lost like the optics game. He's lost all of that.
Yeah.
Like now it is just a matter of like going to court, but whether or not his lawyers can get it dismissed, that'll be the next move. Is like they'll try and get the case dismissed on like no standing or no grounds or something or whatever. And he seems to be really confident that his lawyers will manage to do that. But then if that doesn't work out, then yeah, it has to go through a full discovery and go to court and fuck. It's like hectic.
I think he'll get settled.
It should, and I think it will too. But I feel like
think he'll get settled.
even for Pixie's sake, like she needs to settle this out of court because the court ain't gonna go in her favor. It's just not.
Yeah, I don't know if it will either. It doesn't seem like it. Like I don't think you can prove that what he did was meant like maliciously or with any kind of harmful intent.
Mm.
You might be able to like convince a jury that he did it recklessly or like I don't know. The thing that worries me about it is if they manage to get like a bunch of women to come forward or like it's not just Pixie, what happened to Pixie, but it's like they can frame him in this way by grabbing all these women and doing who knows. Like that's the problem with like law is it doesn't really matter what the evidence is. It's like the case that you can make, you know.
Yep.
It's how you can build your case and how
Yep.
you can paint it and how you can convince a jury. So I don't know.
But as far as we know, there's not a lot of proof of. I mean, like I said, as far as we know, there's not a lot of proof of other women. Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe Cherry. Melina seems like she doesn't want anything to do with any of this, even if it's true. And if I misunderstood, Aaron probably doesn't even care. Wasn't she involved in this leak too?
I thought so too. Where is she?
Aaron
like,
don't probably care.
It seems.
I swear to God, I was like, didn't, but she probably just don't care. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't know about the Stacia thing or whatever, but
neither.
I just think that she I don't know. I can't tell her what to do, of course, but I just feel like this just would have went. She wanted him to suffer. I think he suffered. They need to settle. Like just take an X amount.
It'll be whether Destiny will, because like it doesn't sound like he wants to settle now because he's lost everything. Like the thing that matters most to him is his public optics. Like all of that is more important than money probably to him. So like it's not when it comes to settling, it won't just be like, hey, give me this much. It'll be like, hey, give me this much, and you're not allowed to do this, and you're not allowed to do that, and you have to blah blah blah. It'll be like with other conditions. And so I said in DGG chat today, I said, bro, just fucking pay her and move on, and then you can talk as much shit as you want. But like, it's not really. He might not be allowed to even settle, pay her, and like then talk shit. Who knows? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But he doesn't seem to want to
do
give
you
her anything now.
I can
I
imagine.
wouldn't.
I can
I
imagine
wouldn't want
just
to give
because of the
nothing
route,
back.
just because of the route she went. I can imagine it. I can imagine that he doesn't want to, but I think the human in him probably would still be okay with some form of restitution. It's hard though when as much
Yeah,
damage has been done. It's like fuck you, like you know what I'm saying. Maybe like pay
Nah,
for.
I think it's
Destiny's a petty
yeah,
motherfucker. He's not going to want to give her shit. Not after this.
yeah,
Not from the start of him trying to like help her out, even offer money in the first place. Go after Kiwi Farms and this solo guy. Like, and then you turn around and then put all the blame on him and give no
yeah,
accountability to anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
no, like for me personally, I'd be like, oh fuck you, you're not getting a dime. You're gonna have to get this shit in blood. Like
yes.
we're
The
going
way,
we're
In
going
honestly,
that
blood.
his his statement kind of summed up why he's like totally fucking over it and not going to pay any money. Because not only is it Pixie saying some like wild things in her Substack, which I think they were wild. I think she did say wild things. But also, yeah, just the fact that like Lauren is behind the scenes and all these people are doing things behind the scenes and no one's talking to them. And it does, you've got an entire Discord server, JStalk server, like colluding together to find as much dirt and make it as like publicly like embarrassing and humiliating. And they are spreading around revenge porn behind the scenes. Like when all this shit is happening to you, like the last thing you're going to want to do is give anything to Pixie to like reward this behavior. It's sad because I think she has been fucked over, and like if they had managed to stay behind the scenes and just talk one on one, I bet they would have come to some agreement where he would have probably given her some money. He would have like apologized or something for the part that he's willing to admit like wrongdoing in, and yeah, but instead it turns into this big public circus where like the claims have gotten so far above and beyond that I don't really blame Destiny for being like, no, like if I pay her, I'm now admitting to all of these claims,
Yeah.
aren't I?
And
Yeah.
that's what kind of got me too with Pixie today. I was just like, she is a victim, but she's really pushing it now with this like, I didn't want to have to litigate my sexual life online, and it's like, well, come
Of
on,
course you're
you
gonna
can't
have to.
say that at this point. Like that argument is out of the window, Pixie. You filed a lawsuit, it's public. You see everybody is on X talking about it, and he defends himself. You can't like that's just not viable at this point of what's going on. To say that you don't want to have to talk about your sexual history, like that's all been exposed and he has to defend himself. Like that's just not reasonable for you to feel that way.
I mean, yeah, this is just the way the game works. Like
Yeah.
she made the claim that she was 19 and sexually inexperienced and innocent, and so if he's going to push back on that, like because that is sadly, yeah, that is just a part of like the picture she's painting of herself in the situation. That if you are fighting a legal battle, you want to destroy that. Like
Mm-hmm.
your lawyer, like defense lawyers will want to destroy that. They're going to want to paint you as
Yep.
not that kind of a person. This is just the game. This is law.
Yep.
This is how it works.
That's why I
So
just
it
yep.
kind of, yeah,
That's
no,
why I just wish she just settled, because it's like y'all were working on that behind the scenes. You know, of course, like maybe you and Destiny couldn't talk about it with one another to where it will work out. But it's like for you to have been, you know what I'm saying, wanting to unalive, and you didn't want your parents to find out, and fuck Sunday, because this a lot of this is on him. Uh it was still a way to not have it be this. I think there was, even after Sunday's video, there was room for not even for it to get to this point now. If you're worried about people knowing, because by any metric, more people are going to look for this stuff after this. Like, people are going to actively look for it now. People that didn't even know about it, people that never saw it, they're like, this must be, you know, they're going to go after looking for it now. And more people are going to have their hands on it and eyes on it. And it's like, this just was the most detrimental way to go about it for you to have been considering not being here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's such a mess now. But if it, I think it's going to get a lot messier. I think it's going to get a lot, because it won't be Pixie necessarily. Well, I don't know. She might be behind the scenes. I have no idea. But you know, just the fact that this is just on the online world now, and now that the lawsuit's been filed and he's made a statement, that's it. It's like all these servers can come in. J-Stalk and his like cronies can all jump in the game, and all of their little like things, they're going to start leaking more and more shit. Like just what Destiny said, it will happen. They'll find things, they'll frame it in a way, they'll screenshot it, they'll leak it. They're going to make him out to be like this sexually like perverted, like abusive, horrible person. And he has a lot of sex with a lot of people. So they're going to find like a ton of shit that they can frame in whatever way they want. I don't know if I'm convinced that he's like as terrible as they say, but I do think he's probably like a bit abusive, and I do think he's like, I don't get the vibe that he's like nasty with women though.
Yeah, I think he's just
I
I
think
think
he's
he
like,
just has strong sexual like inclination. Like, he just likes sex and he just kind of let it get to the best of him.
same, and I think with Melina, like, yeah, I don't think he's emotionally very like warm. I definitely think he's emotionally cold as fuck. Like he wouldn't
Yeah,
make a good partner. Like he
true.
wouldn't make a good boyfriend. But aside from that, I don't know. I don't know how like, I don't think he's running around like trying to find the youngest women to like
Yeah.
groom and manipulate and abuse. I don't get
I
that
don't get that
vibe.
vibe either. I don't get that vibe. People just latching on to that because she happened to be young in this case, ignoring the fact that he's obviously been involved with women closer to his age. Is just like, this is just another layer to make it seem bad, because you know what I'm saying. If she was 30 years old, they can't say she's 19. It was just, then it'll just be this random online fan. You know what I'm saying? It's just any way to make him seem worse than what he is.
Well, I mean,
all they
I can
care about.
imagine he's been with like so many women, and if you like, the reason you don't hear about the like 30 something year olds or like late 20s or even maybe older, who knows, is because like that's boring. The ones you hear about are the younger ones, and
Yeah,
you're going to hear about the most like controversial ones. Like
exactly.
the relationships he's probably had with like normal, not insane adults, like older adults. Yeah, you're obviously not going to hear about that.
Exactly.
Like, so the only picture that you get painted are the like the crazy, the ones that have like gone out publicly, and like, yeah, of course, those are the ones you're going
One
to
of
hear
my
about.
mods, Nicole, she said, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I love her voice, so I'm just happy to listen.
No way.
That's what she said.
My accent is so bad. I don't know why everyone says that. It's not nice. I hate it.
Oh shit.
It's a
But
love hate thing. I think I get as many hate comments as good ones, but I believe
I don't
the
even know what
hateful
kind of
ones more.
accent. I don't even know what kind of accent you have, to be honest. I don't
It's
even.
like it's a New Zealand accent, but
Okay.
the accent here it gets like, it's like there's way thicker New Zealand accents than mine. Mine, because I lived overseas for a long time, and I lived in Japan and I lived in Australia. Then it kind of changed a bit, so
You
it's
know
not
what's so
quite.
funny? I thought you had an Australian accent. I thought that's what it was, to be honest.
Yeah, it melds with some other ones. Yeah.
So I don't know how much time you got, but the last thing I was gonna say was, well, not the last thing. I don't know how much time you got, but one of the things I was gonna say was, I think a lot of people are interpreting this behavior as recent, and I don't think they're realizing the time frame everything transpired to. You know, like
Mm.
everybody's like, he hasn't changed since he's been on Vyvanse because he's doing this. When it's like, well, the pictures got sent 2 years ago. and
Mhm.
the exposing just happened the end of last year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
he's openly and admittedly said he's only changed his life in the past year, give or take. So if we're being
Yeah.
fair, a lot of his behavior was shit that he tried to consciously change. And I
I
think
think you
people
can
aren't
see it in the
recognizing that.
content.
Yeah, he doesn't play video
You can
games.
He
He
doesn't game
literally
when
like
he's playing. Yeah.
even when they were being dishonest about the framing of oh, now you don't want to cover drama. He said that openly a while ago. He said he don't want to cover drama, and it wasn't cuz of this. So like it's like y'all just
Mhm.
kind of like y'all not being fair in a way that destroys your own credibility, you know?
Yeah, I think there is an obvious, like, he did obviously make some changes after the divorce and after Lav and after like some of the craziest crap. Um, but how's anyone meant to know? The thing they're trying to use against him at the moment is that someone said that he sent the video of Pixie to them in September of last year. So like, how did he change if I'm getting sent the video in September? But I've only heard that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No one's like, no one's come forward. The name hasn't, like, people are just running around saying it's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Destiny's saying no fucking way. The only person that got sent the video was Rose. Like,
I tend to
so
not
I don't
believe
know
those
what to
people.
believe anymore.
I don't believe those people.
Yeah,
I really don't, because that's easy
No.
to prove. You can block out everything and get a
show it.
verification. Yeah, you could do that if you really believe. I don't believe those people. Just like I don't even know if I believe all those women contacting Cherry saying I got your stuff too and whatever. Cherry's a liar. A lot of them just I don't believe a lot of them. Or if they are, it could be like from the leak or something and they got it or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, even yesterday on Prawn Cess's panel, I don't know if you know who that guy is,
He's actually in
but
my
him and
server,
Dar.
but he doesn't talk.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't talk though, but he's in my server.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, he had a panel with like Darius and Xena, and Lav jumped on yesterday. I don't know if you can find it, but it was interesting. And Destiny was in the chat in DGG, like refuting all the shit that Lav was saying. So like, he's already proven that Lav lied about like spreading around revenge porn of his dick and of him, because
Mm-hmm.
she kept saying I've never done that, he's lying, and then it just got proven and she admitted yesterday, yeah, I encouraged it and I did it and I'm okay with it and fuck you. It's like, so you lied about that,
Oh,
you've
no.
lied about 100 things in the past, like, and then yesterday he said a bunch of stuff in DGG about how she did talk shit about Connor, and he linked a DM and everything to prove it. And it's like, fuck, everything she's saying is a lie. Like, all these people, you just don't know. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what the fuck to believe, because half the time he does seem to be able to disprove the shit they say. So I don't know. Like, how's Sherry going to prove that that wasn't recorded with her consent? I don't know.
exactly. She can't. It's just,
You just can't.
unless it appears that he's like secretly moving the film. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell like somebody's trying to hide what they're doing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's some
Mm.
sense. It's some
Yeah,
sense.
Logic. What's up?
What's good, bro? Why you always sound low, bro?
Am I low again? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm turning you up.
How about now?
You low as fuck.
Is it good now? Better?
Yeah,
Better?
yeah. It might be a
All
little
right.
too strong. You can turn down a little
Hold
bit.
on. Better?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, no, I came on because I'm like, I heard a good portion of like, well, I should say surface level of what happened, like, and only some stuff from watching Abba's take on the situation and why he's backing away. But I wasn't too sure about the whole Pixie thing and why what she's doing is making her look bad. Because that's the only part doesn't that I'm trying to like piece together as to what's going on. Because I just haven't really dove into it as much.
Wait,
I
trying to.
don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Mantis, can you could answer? I gotta go take a picture of something real quick.
Okay, okay.
You could explain
Um,
if you was about to. Yeah.
I'm not sure if what she's doing is making her look bad. I don't personally like. I don't know if we're talking morals or legal, but I think it's fair for her to like want to push back on stuff publicly, but I don't think it helps to kind of say anything in the public. I think it doesn't look good that like she's partnered up with Lauren De
Oh, she's
Laguna.
partnering she's partnering up with the other people that he's had beef with.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
Ah,
move. It just
well
doesn't help her case, but like it's understandable because they are friends. Like none of this is necessarily like Pixie is like a bad person for doing any of this stuff. It is all understandable, but it's just not probably that good for her case. And it didn't look good that she lied. She did lie about never ever sending videos of
uh-huh.
her and Steven to of her with a guy to anybody. Well, that just got disproven yesterday that she has sent videos of herself.
Also, she's just as guilty in the situation,
Potentially.
Well,
potentially. What it sounds like is what I'm saying,
she said she had consent, and like it doesn't sound like she said it was only with one guy, her ex boyfriend, and she had consent to do it. So it might not be a big deal at all, but it doesn't look good that there's like proof that she kind of lied.
Y this kinda goes
Yeah.
back to, like, when, Watts had covered this and I had hopped on this was, like, a couple weeks ago, and, he asked me if, like, "Do you think Destiny is, like, using his power his abilities to, like, take advantage of stuff like that?" And I'm like, "Realistically, he's I see he just things happen, he like you said, he just likes to have sex, but I think the mistake he's making, and this is what Abba pointed out, I don't think he should be shitting where he eats. 'Cause a lot of the people
Yeah.
he's having sex with is he's having sex with people he's collaborated with that's been on his channel. And it's one thing if he was to do it and you got people that are in the background that nobody knows of, that's one thing, but
Yeah.
he attracts and he's attracted crazy people in the past, and initially he used to enjoy it, and then he's now backed off of that. But those people, they're still somewhere there in the background. So the moment the moment they have an opportunity, they're probably going to just pounce on these opportunities and try to like smear his name even more. So a lot of this is kind of coming
Hmm.
back to bite him in the ass.
Yep, I agree with that. I think he obviously knows that, which he knew that a year ago when he's like, all right, I had enough of this, and he kind of started to change. But
Mm,
yeah, like Abba's not wrong. Abba's right. Like Destiny is immature, and he's made like because the rewards that he was getting from these interactions was in his opinion more like lucrative than like it's a cost benefit analysis, and he thought the benefit outweighed the cost. But I
mm,
think we're seeing now that that's just not true. And like, but someone like him, yeah, he likes the crazy life. He likes all this crazy shit. This is like what comes with it, and he has some responsibility in that for
yeah,
sure.
the
It's like
drama that was
I
going on
used to
around
do
that stuff
drugs
is
and
crazy.
drink. Yeah, like I used to be do a lot of drugs and drink a lot, but like now I'm sober as fuck, and there's a reason for that. Like it doesn't work. Like
Yeah, it's not conducive. Yeah.
it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the especially during the days like during the pandemic, the drama that would surround him. I was looking at him, some of it was like entertaining to a degree, but I'm like, dude, how do you live like this?
Y-
These people, if they had the opportunity, they'd probably try and kill you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
A lot.
He puts
I'll be
himself in the
honest, like
dumbest positions.
I'll be honest. That shit, I kind of miss that shit, but I respect him not doing it because it can
Same
be
for the entertainment, eh?
like I miss the
It
lab and
was
Mr. Girl shit was fucking
that
great.
yeah,
Like
that shit was insane.
it was very very good content, and when I consume it, my I the way
It
that
was junk food.
yeah, the way Destiny came off to me, it seemed like he fully understood that this stuff isn't about real life and its content. And I think he kind of blurred the lines at a point. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
started letting the content shit get into his real life way too much. Like
He's always online.
yeah, yes and no, but I think always yes, he's always online, so it
He's
just
always
became
online, yeah.
part of what his offline life was because he's online so much. True. So
Mm.
with I think you could get away with like you really like a girl and she's a content creator and you get involved with her. You do that once to twice in 14 years. I'm not mad at you. But it now at this point it seems like if you're attractive and you like and you want Destiny, he's gonna give you a go. So and there's no way you can do that in a healthy fashion. It's just no way.
Mm-mm. No. Yeah, that'll
Yep,
that'll,
agreed.
I mean, shit. Abba and Preach even did like a small a video recently about something similar to that, where this guy he had to call the cops because this woman, she just went ape shit, and apparently it was like a one night stand, and the girl woke up and she called the cops screaming, saying that he drugged her and all sorts of shit, and it was just like he's recording and he's trying to like stay on the sofa. This woman's like attacking him, screaming, and she's like making lies to the cops,
Mm.
but it was a one night stand.
I didn't even watch. I
And
know
it's
what you're
just
talking
like,
about, but I didn't watch it.
I'm like, yo, and it's like, yeah, you really got to be careful of who you bring it into your life,
Yeah,
basically, because shit like that is
yeah.
going to come back and bite you in the ass.
And it is more fucked up because Pixie is like the last person that A, I would have expected this to happen to, and B, had deserved this type of shit. You know, like
Yeah, for sure.
Pixie was seen as like the little sister of the Destiny sphere that he was trying to help, you know, be a content creator, and she's young and pretty much innocent, you know, and trying to learn and navigate these spaces and coming into adulthood. That's how I always viewed Pixie. I don't care that they had a thing, but I definitely didn't expect it. Like I know Destiny messed with other content creators, but Pixie, I truly was shocked. I didn't expect that to be a thing, and now it's all being hashed out in public. And so when I see that with him
Even
with some,
today,
huh?
uh, even today, Destiny said in DGG chat, like, there's like some people who seem extra pissed off, and that's because they were dating. They've dated Pixie as well. He like put all that
Yikes!
shit out there.
Oh
He's
boy,
just telling everyone
now
everything,
it's just
dude.
Oh
shit.
Jesus,
Now it's just shit
he's
slinging.
scorched earth this shit right now.
Now it's just shit
I mean,
slinging.
he's gone. He's like, fuck it. If there's like an army of people sending my porn around behind the scenes, like trying to paint me as a rapist, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, like
Yeah,
tell everyone
I can
everything now. I'm
understand
like,
that's
oh
a very,
god.
yeah.
yeah, I could understand that is a very large like stretch to
But
take it, where you call him a rapist, like that will fuck people up,
mhm.
especially when there's no proof of that.
and again,
Um,
and again, people are forgetting he was the target of this whole thing. You know, like everybody is seeing him as a demon, which you can see him as doing wrong, which he did. But the man was the target and got the worst of all of this. He got the worst fallout of all of this. And they're
mhm.
pretending as if
Yeah.
he's supposed to just walk around and be like, "I'm sorry, Pixie, you know, I'm really sorry. You know, nothing happened to me. Fuck me." It's just like it's just untenable to think that he's not going to get frustrated and upset at this point. And now he's getting sued. The man is still losing subs. He's getting sued. He probably lost opportunities as far as politics. He had to stop his fucking Bridges podcast. He probably doesn't have that studio in New York no more, or has to pay for it and can't use it. One of the two. It's
Yeah.
just like like come on, like these people, and it's just like I don't care. I don't like him. It's like bro, like
I think
there's a
it's funny when people go, when they're like, he starts going on the attack, and they're like, oh, now see, this is his tactic to go on the. It's like, no, this is any normal
yeah,
person's tactic when they're being fucking shit on, dude. You're
yeah,
gonna attack back. Like, this is normal as hell. This isn't like some like devious scheme. It's like,
yeah.
oh, of course he's gonna attack back. What do you mean?
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, people just lose their humanity when it's about the person they don't like. Because even like when that shit with Myron, I don't know how much you keep up with Red Pill stuff, Mantis, but like when Myron
Mm.
was getting accused of taking advantage of that girl, and H3 was trying to like make her say that he took advantage of her, I was like, this is bullshit, bro. Like I don't like Myron at all, but let's not do that. The girl is sitting here saying he didn't take advantage of her, and he's like, but yeah, that's kind of like rape, isn't it? I'm like, bro, stop. This is fucking disgusting.
Bro.
Like, stop doing
H3
all
is
that
Yeah.
shit. Like,
he is still the disingenuous piece of shit. Like he had his moments where there was things that you were like, okay, I see where you coming from. You kind of trying to thing, but I'm like, no. With that last video he did, that documentary, that shit,
against
no.
Hassan.
The whole Hassan thing, and then he was trying to just the whole Israel thing, and he was only painting one side of the argument. He wasn't looking at it from an unbiased perspective.
So you didn't like the
And
content, Nuke? You didn't like it?
the content, the one
H3.
he did that was like
Ethan?
an
Are you
hour
talking about
long one.
Ethan?
Yeah, yeah,
Ethan,
yeah, yeah. You didn't like it? You don't think it was a good video?
not really, not toward the end. I remember watching towards the end
It
that part.
wasn't perfect. Yeah, it wasn't perfect.
No,
It was
no,
it's
no.
very Ethan. Look, it's very like people who say that Ethan is good faith are kind of tripping. Like he's obviously very good at like
He's
mocking
a cherry
people
picker,
and
yeah.
twisting things, and he's kind of a dick. Like he does this is like the thing he does, and at the moment, yeah, he feels like Hassan's community and Hassan has gone way too far, and he's just gone like yeah, nuclear. He's like fuck it. So I get that watching it, it's very clearly biased, but I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah,
Sadly, I
that's
I
what
think
mean,
he's
to the
like
kind of
that's what I'm
Hassan
because
thing,
saying. Like
he
you can
is
be
a
biased
terrorist
and not
propagandist.
wrong. You
I'm not gonna disagree with the Hassan thing because Hassan is a piece of shit. That's without saying. But
For the
yeah,
Israel
like
stuff, yeah.
yeah, no. When he went deep into the Israel stuff, he was just like, once I'm like, dude,
Yeah, that's
like
where the valid critiques fall. Some people was
that's
just
where
like,
everything started
like
going downhill for me.
I ended up
But
on a leftist YouTube page that was shitting on it. I was like, you really don't think he made a good case? And I was the only person that got a bunch of responses in what
damn,
I
he was
said. They're
trying to
like,
get
he didn't
flamed.
say like people were in the comments defending Hassan not watching the video. I'm like, well, Hassan literally doesn't watch this content because he knows the critiques are valid against him and this whole supporting terrorist thing, and Hassan won't watch it. They're like,
Oh,
why should he watch it? Everybody says the same thing. I said, how do you know what he says if you don't watch it? Like he
You
doesn't.
should watch it. You should. Yeah, if you've got like a good, if you've got a good argument, if your position's solid, you should be able to watch stuff that pushes back on it, and you should be able to still like stand strong in it. Like I
Mhm.
think it's sad because what Ethan it was so much more reasonable about Israel Palestine before he got all this hatred thrown at him for just like saying that he thinks Israel should exist. And
Mhm.
like he even said like what Netanyahu's doing is genocide, like what this and that. He was so much more on the Palestinian side that before, but now, of course, he doesn't even speak on any of that shit because it is just attack, 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 and like unfair attacks. So now you kind of lost any like nuance on the Palestinian side from him, and it's a shame because I think it is just a reaction
Yeah.
to the hatred he got for being reasonable. Now he's just going to go unreasonable because fuck it, he's being treated the same regardless.
That's messed up. That kind of remind me with Joe Rogan. Like, I think Joe Rogan was
mm,
done once they got on him about that N-word stuff. I think that's when he really
Mm,
decided to.
it was so
true.
no, it was twofold. It was the N-word stuff, but what really happened is when he got massacred during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Everybody
true.
was dogpiling him. So
What,
when
because of the
that happened,
ivermectin stuff?
the ivermectin stuff and all the things he
Yeah,
was taking, once that happened, he completely flipped. He was like, "Oh, fuck these people," because they, like, turned on him. And I'm like, "Look, fair, I understand, but the thing is that with the media, they were targeting him anyway because his numbers are insane."
Yeah.
Like, for a podcast, people were going to him for news, which is a mistake, and not to say that the news is any better by any stretch of the imagination, but no, like, conversation-wise, like, he had some pretty back in the day, he had some really good, interviews, like, people that were you know, experts in their field and whatnot, and had some, long form conversations. But now it's just everything was like one sided Republican, this, that, and a bunch of fucking lies. And obviously, you see the result
yeah.
of where we are today. But yeah, like that, I think he got pushed out because of the attacks from that angle.
I think that's a lot of people in politics because I do think the left is like super annoying and purity testing
Mm-hmm.
and like just so loud and obnoxious. Like I'm a right winger in New Zealand, but we're pretty in the middle here. So like New Zealand's really progressive. So me being on slightly on the right in New Zealand is like still on the left in
Yeah,
America.
you're right. It's
um,
completely different from our right.
totally different. Yeah,
Yeah, I
totally.
don't.
I
What
mean,
is
it's
Our
it
kind
like?
of
right
Because
is
I
a
don't
changing.
different
know.
planet. Yeah, it's a different concept of their right, like she said, is like a form of left leaning. That's
Yeah,
Interesting.
very
it's still
true.
like kind of in the middle. We're
Yeah.
very moderate in New Zealand, but like almost like towards the progressive end. Like it is going to change because I think like happened in America, the progressive kind of people are just so loud and obnoxious, and they do shame for like the tiniest things, and they overdo it, and it does force people to like yeah, like there's a lot of people who are like, I was on the left and now like why I left the left. I do think that people, if they have real values, if they have real left leaning values, pushback from the left shouldn't force them to go like as far to the right as Joe Rogan's gone. But
Yeah, it
to be fair,
yeah.
he's always been a populist, really. So he's just joining another populist movement that happens to be on the right. He's kind of a dickhead, but
I
yeah,
think 3 things happened, I should say, it besides those other 2 things we mentioned, is when he signed the contract with Spotify. That money
true.
made him oh, that really showed who he was. And
That was
somebody did
crazy.
they did m make somebody did make a correlation, like, there's like, "He's not even that good of a comedian." I was like I now that I look back at some of his stand-ups, like, I only watched it once, and it was like a chuckle. It wasn't like, his comedy isn't really that good either,
I've
so
never seen any stand up from Joe Rogan.
I hate
his
his comedy. He just screams at you and acts like a
Mhm. Yeah,
but it's very American.
he tries to take, styles from, like, certain comics. What was his name? Like, Lewis Black is known to do stuff like that. Not yell, but he kinda has, like, these spastic responses to things, but Lewis Black is a very
Yeah,
political he's a political comedian, and, I forgot the other dude's name. He was one of the heavy set dudes. He used to wear a hat, and he had, like, l shoulder length hair from the '80s. I forgot his
I
name,
don't
but
know.
he used to yell, in his skits, and that was, like, his shtick. But I think he's taken from some of those comics, but it's not something that works with everybody, so and he's a
Yeah, no,
pothead
it's a
too,
bit
so
too.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. We're kind of more British here. Like I like dry, sarcastic British humor. It's a
Mhm.
bit more witty, a bit more like cynical, and like
I
nobody
grew up on the
yells
British
or whatever.
humor. I grew up on Benny Hill.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit, for
Yeah,
real?
Yeah.
That's
Benny
what's up.
Hill, like, Are You Being Served? All those, like, British shows, Mr. Bean.
the British shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
I ain't
Yeah.
watching.
So just different strokes, I guess. I have to go because I have to go do stupid work today, and it's Saturday, but it's my life.
How's the
Yikes.
future,
Um,
by the way?
Oh, it's
Is it
Saturday.
less
What
than a
time
week
is it where
today?
you at? What time is it?
yeah, true. We actually are. I think we're the first people to celebrate New Year's, except maybe like the Antarctica. But it's 10:30 in the morning on Saturday.
10:30 in the morning. Damn. So what time it be like when Tom's streaming for you? Like it'd be late as fuck over here.
So it's like it's really good for me because he starts at like 2, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. when I'm
Okay.
home from work, and he streams until up until like midnight my time or 10:30 p.m.
Oh,
my
that
time.
is
So
perfect
it's
for
kind of
you.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he has a lot of Australians in his chat because they're 3 hours or 5 hours behind me even. So he streams in the afternoon. So he finishes it before it's even bedtime for them.
Yeah, it's middle of the day Friday. But I'm finna get off too. I gotta go get my kids from school. So
Oh, nice. Oh,
yeah.
thanks for having me on. This
No.
is all gonna be interesting how it plays out. I think Tom's gonna get like a lot of shit for what he's saying because he's not willing to like just bend the knee.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, this is gonna be probably more drama incoming. So
Yeah. I can't wait to see Tom's show, but I can wait. I hope this don't get worse. I really hope it don't. Oh God.
yeah,
Even
I
though
don't
that's
know.
the only way it can. But
All right, see you later,
yeah.
guys.
Take it
Appreciate you for coming through,
easy.
Mantis.
Later.
All right. All right, bro. Yeah, I'm finna in stream. I gotta get the kids.
Alright. It's good talking again, as usual.
Yep, always. Yeah, pop in when you want to, man. If you're interested in convo.
Gotcha. Alright, man.
All
Have a good
right.
weekend.
So.
Later.